Welcome and good evening to you. We are about to launch our 12th edition of Cougar Chronicles for 2025. We are on point. We were supposed to start at 8, but I was running a little bit behind trying to get back to my hometown so that I can make this happen. So if you can hang with us for a little while, I will definitely appreciate it. Um, this is powered by the Like Minds Come Through Network, coming out of California. Yeah, we can afford to get, well, we can't afford it because they pretty high, but they do me a favor. So sometimes they say, oh, favor don't run out. Oh, but they don't do that. They write it. They don't tell me that. They write it. But anyway, so we're gonna have us a good time tonight. I hope so. We are girls strong tonight. We got Tori. Tori hasn't been with us in a while, and I'm glad she could come through. Tori
Hey,
out of Jacksonville, California. Jacksonville, California. Oh, y'all can tell I am tired. I tell you, being on the road and taking a baby with you, whew, that's a different kind of thing. I am super tired. I don't know how I'm supposed to be keeping the baby and getting ready to go to the show, but it's okay. It is what it is. So right now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna meet the Cougar Crew, and yes, we will have some guys coming dropping in. They have text me and said they're gonna be coming through in a little while. They gotta get some things in order. You know, I think coming going forward, we're gonna shoot for the 8 o'clock time instead of the 7 o'clock because most people get off work about 5 or so. They don't get home till 6. They got to get the kids situated and they got to get the food going for the night and make them children do their homework. So 8 o'clock might be a good time, and we'll go from 8 to 9, basically 9, maybe 9:15, 9:30, unless the conversation just gets to the point where we just got to keep it going and going. You know how that can be. So I'm gonna let you meet everybody that's here. Let's start with the top right with comedian Owens. Tell us who you are and where you're joining us from.
good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. My name is
Good
comedian
afternoon.
Owens, and I am joining in from Smithfield, North Carolina.
Smithfield, North Carolina. They used to have some good barbecue, that vinegar-based barbecue. And then all of a sudden, I think Smithfield sent their stuff out to China to be processed. And
Hmm.
I after I'd read what all they do over in China with the pig, I was like, I don't know. Um,
Hmm.
so all right, that's great. Thank you for joining us again, comedian Owens. I am so happy that you will be here if nobody else will be here. And I really appreciate it that you coming through. I know you got other friends that maybe you can tell to come on and join you, even if they just sit and watch. They don't have to participate. Just see if they like it. Same goes to you, and I'm talking to you, Miss Tori, Power 904 Radio out in Jacksonville, Florida. I came through there
Hoorah.
yesterday. I thought the traffic was gonna be all crazy and all bumper to bumper, but we speeded through there like it was nothing. And when I
Awesome.
say speed, I mean speed because my daughter was definitely speeding. So tell us about yourself.
Awesome.
What you been doing, Tori? Tell the people out here in Zoom land that don't know anything about you. Tell them what you've been up to.
Well, I am
Hey,
Tori from Power 904, online radio
okay.
station, and On Our Radar magazine. It's a digital magazine. Pretty much been hanging out, trying to get that revamped and get some things together. Been through a couple of surgeries and stuff, so been kind of relaxed, but just revamping everything. But we still doing the radio station and we're still doing the magazine. Um, that's pretty much what's been going on.
Okay, thank you for coming back. It was a pleasure to see your name. And I've been trying to get back to Andrea, but so much things happening because Andrea has a lot on her plate right now. She
Yes.
she has become a new mom. Not that she had her own baby, but
Yes.
she has her cousins. She's been awarded her cousin's child. So Oh, and that's a big old baby. Have you seen him, Tori?
Absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God, he
Thank
makes
you.
my little baby, my little grandbaby look like a little munchkin. And
He
he's
look like a little
younger.
man.
I'm
He a
like,
little man.
wow, you gonna have to. He really should be toting Andrea, cause he's just as big as Andrea. You know, Andrea's a little short thing. So,
Uh-huh.
but she says when she get the hang of things, she will be back, and trust
Yes.
and believe. I know that she will be. And as soon as I get
Absolutely.
off here, I am going to call her and give her some kind of moral support.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been trying to catch y'all on the Facebook. So I was on Facebook a couple of times trying to catch
oh,
it.
okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
I be in and out. So I appreciate now. I'm glad I'm on tonight. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you are on tonight too. Okay, we're going to continue across the bottom. Sandra, tell us where you're coming from, calling on from, and anything else you want us to know.
Willingboro, New Jersey. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm cool. I'm
Okay, well,
retired.
thank you for
Barbara
coming
Carlisle
from
called me
Willenboro.
on.
How's the weather out there? Shut up.
Oh, it's
How's the weather?
cold now. It's
It's
cold
cold.
now. It's cold. Yeah, yeah, it's cold today for some reason. Just a little bit of a little bit of rain coming down. It
Oh,
was nice and warm on Easter and Saturday. It was nice and warm, but we up north. It does what it does.
okay. We're gonna go up top. Kevin act like he's the top. Miss Owens is a center square today, but Kevin, you're up there top. You know, you put the picture that you put up first, where you're dressed in the orange. You caught me off guard because you look kind of good. When I first glanced, I was like, "Oh shit, that ain't nobody but Kevin. That ain't nothing but Usher Perm." Tell us about yourself, Kevin. Kev, come on. How you doing? Can't hear you, dear. Can't hear you.
Okay. Hold on. Testing,
I tell you,
testing.
you
One.
sexy, then you try to talk sexy. Talk like you normally talk.
I, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I don't know why you coming out so low. Anyway, yeah. Everything is good. How you feeling?
I am feeling fine. Well, actually, I'm tired. I just got in from Brunswick, but I'm going to get some much needed work, sleep, I mean, because I won't be out back working until the first week in March. May.
Well, hey man,
Damn.
it's a beautiful thing. You touring. You're doing what you love to do,
Yes,
making plenty
yes,
of
yes,
money.
yes.
Meeting all kinds of paramours, and that's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. People who had never heard of Barbara Carlisle before.
Well, they're in for a treat. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they in for a treat because I get naked at the end of my set.
But you've been doing that, so that
I
ain't nothing
know,
new.
but they didn't know it.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair
You
enough,
know,
Well, that's
fair
why all
enough.
them. I saw the news reflect. Barbara, I did see the news where all them people were running from that building screaming. That was you.
No, no, that wasn't me. They were
Well,
running and screaming, trying to get to me.
I
you
thought they were running from you.
you
No, no, toward me,
you know,
toward me.
hey,
Shut
Barb.
up, Kevin.
No, no,
Shut
no,
up, Kevin.
no. You know what's funny? It's how what's funny. How I say something to you, you say back to me. The comeback and the volley. I always appreciate that. The reason why I said it because somebody posted something online and they said celebrities who were offended by questions, but they didn't know how to answer the question. It's like it throws them off guard. It's like most comedians, if they've been in
Hmm.
for a while, you throw something at them like a curveball, they could slip by that or throw it back at you. But I saw they was so stuck. I said all he had to say was bye 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 bye, and it's like he couldn't answer that, and he got all serious on like. But I just
Wow.
I just like when you can interact with somebody and the chemistry is there. It's like if you get a script and because a lot of time when they cast stuff, they look for chemistry when they put the two actors together, and whoever they like the most, they're gonna keep that one and get rid of the other one. Because the chemistry is always important. Always important. When you see a good
Wow.
ensemble show and the cast has chemistry, it shows. Because some of that stuff you say, they didn't write that. You know they didn't write that. You know.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that later in today. Let me finish introducing everybody that's on here. DeAndre Dukes, how are you doing? Come to us out of. Are you in Tampa? Where you are? That's where I saw you last. DeAndre.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm over here. I had to take myself off mute. I
Um,
live in Tampa.
okay.
I'm currently
Tell
in
us
Tampa
about
at the moment.
yourself.
Um, 2 kids on child support. Live in South Tampa, Florida. from from Georgia, from a little town called Preston, but was raised in Adamsville, Georgia. Been
Hmm.
doing comedy coming up on 8 years now. And
Good,
just
good, good.
just got off of Zoom. I just got off of audition.
Oh, okay. We'll hear
That's
about
what
that later.
I came in.
I want to thank
Yeah.
you for coming. I'm talking to people who are saying they're about to come on. Um, pardon me while I do this. We have a lot to talk about tonight. So if anybody got a topic they want to discuss right now before we get into uh, the stuff that I had planned for us. According to his pick, he might be a cougar snack. Okay. Somebody thinking you a cougar snack. Shoot. Okay. What Diane at? Diane got a function tonight, so I don't expect her to be on.
Hey, Barbara.
Flame, huh?
Barbara, whatever happened to Jessica?
Who?
Jessica.
Jessica?
Yeah.
I haven't been able to reach her. I have to get her new phone number.
Uh,
Her and Latoya. Latoya lives right down the street from me, but I have to get their phone numbers to remind them that
mm,
we're on. Because we changed from Friday to Monday, and now I'm changing the time from 7 to 8. To give people more time. But
mm.
right now, let me finish typing this. But they'll be back.
I thought you had a falling out because I heard some things.
Oh, you stupid! You ain't
Mm?
heard nothing. You love dissension, don't you, Kevin?
No, I heard some things. That's all.
Yeah, how you heard some things, and I'm in Georgia and ain't here. How you heard it in New York? You probably started some things.
The streets be talking.
Yeah, but we ain't even got no streets. We got roads. So I know it ain't us.
Okay.
Fair enough, right? Okay, y'all, catch me on the Funny and Fearless tour with Tiffany Haddish and Flame Monroe. Coming in May 1st through the 4th, we will be in Montana, Bozeman, Montana, and Missoula. Missoula, one of those, Montana, at some, we'll be at casinos. Never been to either place, so I am looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the 4-hour flight, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Um, so uh, anyway, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about we have just met the Cougar crew. So yeah, May 2nd, Bozeman, Montana at the Elm. May 3rd, Missoula, Montana at the Wilma. May 9th, Hankinson, North Dakota. No, it's North Dakota that I will be in the casinos. The other places are theaters. May 10th, I will be at Prairie Nights Casino and Resorts. So if you know anybody out there in the area, which I don't, and which most of us don't, because none of us on the tour have been there. So these places will be new to us too. Okay, tonight we got the Raw Report, Cougar Cravens, because y'all didn't want Cougar snacks, so y'all will get a chance to say what Cougar Craven you have, and the Cougar Council. So let's go. Okay. Hello, let me answer this, and I will totally be right back.
Hey, Kev, what shows are you having up in New York? I have a friend that's looking for a comedy show. We're right here in Jersey, so I figured that I would tell her what was going on in New York if you had something
To perform or to watch?
to watch. No, ain't nobody performing.
Oh, you said it. Sure, I thought you wanted to, come on board and you know,
No, you ain't think that. No, you ain't.
if
So what you got going on up there in New York?
well, we got a
Anything
couple.
in Manhattan?
Yes,
And she's
yeah,
from Brooklyn, so maybe something in those vicinities. Maybe.
yeah. Well, the hot spot in Manhattan for us is a place called Comedy in Harlem. It's on 145th Street in St. Nicholas, run by a cat named Jamie Roberts and his wife Nikki Sunshine.
And it's
Very
called Comedy in Harlem.
yes. For Brooklyn, it's the East Side Comedy Cafe. In the Village, it's the Cellar, and East Side of Manhattan is the Comic Strip and Stand Up New York.
Okay, so I'm gonna see what she wanna. I got the Manhattan one. I got the Brooklyn one. And what's else? What else did you have?
You have Comic Strip and Stand Up New York.
Comic. Okay, strip.
And those are more mainstream rooms. Those the comedy in Harlem is generally basically black comedy, whatever. But comedy has no color. So anyway, so
Well,
let's dive into the headlines tonight. Making waves. From blockbuster films to global shift. Here's what's happening in our world. Ryan Coogler's Sinners top box office and reshapes Hollywood deals. Ryan Coogler's latest film, Sinners, debuted at #1 over Easter weekend, raking in 45.6 million domestically and over 61 million globally, outperforming the Minecraft movie. Beyond the box office, Coogler's Warner Brothers deal includes Final Cut, first dollar gross, and full rights ownership 25 years after release. Critics call it a cinematic and business game changer, and it earned an A cinema score, the first horror flick to do so in over 30 years. Now, I haven't been to the movies in a long time. I always wait for movies to come out on Prime or whatever. I just can't imagine sitting in a movie theater by myself. It's like it speaks lonely, lonely, lonely. But anyway, so and then I've heard some bad reports about it. I think it said it was like how did they put it? If you are not straight with God, do not go watch this movie because
Oh man.
it no, really, they were saying that there were it seemed like there were spirits attached to the movie that would, you know, cause people to have all kind of adverse reactions and whatever. So I was gonna stay away from it anyway. Just the name Sinner, because on Easter Day, I wonder why they chose that day to do such a thing. But Malt Leeser, you say no, but go ahead. Why?
No, I just don't think it. I watched a couple of his interviews, and he was explaining, the meaning of the movie and sinners. You know what I mean? Like, you sin, so it's a sin within. You got to deal with it yourself first. That's what's like kind of turning them into the vampires and stuff. Because he did it in like Mississippi, right? It's based off like two brothers in Mississippi, and they I think they were just like I don't know. I don't want to tell the movie. I ain't seen it yet either, but from what he said,
You can tell the movie. I ain't going to go see it. A lot of people probably ain't going to go see it, but
yeah, I'm gonna go check him out. I'm gonna go spend a black dollar. I'm gonna go spend a black dollar.
So it's about vampires.
It's a horror movie, but it's also a musical. He said it's a musical. It's story driven. It's about.
So you got vampires in there singing.
Hey, you went to go see. You said you watched Vampire in Brooklyn, though. I know you did.
Yeah. Later on, I've never seen the entire thing. I've seen little pieces of it, but I'm quite sure the way people were talking, it's nothing like Vampire in Brooklyn. It seemed the way they were talking. So is it supposed to be a comedy or?
No, it's not a comedy. It's
Right.
a horror
Oh
flick.
well, that Eddie Murphy's thing. You were gonna find comical moments in it, but first of all, I'm not gonna. I'm too scared to go look at something like Sinners. Just why I never watched. What was the one where the girl's head was spinning around and all that kind of stuff?
Poltergeist.
Not Poltergeist, the other one.
That was
The first
uh
X X X
Exorcist.
X.
Exorcist.
Exorcist, yeah.
Well,
When it comes to
listen, my
stuff like
daughter
that,
went to yeah, my daughter went to see Sinners, and you know that Michael was saying that he don't like horror films at all. So he figured that he'd be in this film, and you know him and the guy are cool, the director and everything. And he said he wanted to support him and so forth and so on. But he figured maybe this will help him get over his fear of horror flicks and stuff like that. So they had an interview with Gail and on CBS Mornings, and he said, so they asked him, did it help? And he said, no, it didn't help. But
it
the
made it
movie
worse.
itself, yeah, he said it didn't help at all. And he said that now the movie, my daughter was telling me about the movie. She says that it's about slavery and you know the plantation, you know, the place that they bought and so forth and so on. I don't know if I should tell this or whatever, but anyway, it's a good movie. I'm not going to tell it because I think you need to be surprised about the whole thing
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. I don't want to take that away, and I would love to support him, and I would love to do that because I want to support our our black directors and all of the money he's made from that, and it was well worth it because I have yet to hear anybody saying it wasn't worth it. And my
But go on TikTok and go on Instagram. A lot of people was like, you know, it really left them feeling some kind of way, you
Well,
know.
Brianna was saying that my daughter said that there was a part in there that was more like if you what I'm gonna say it's like when you're watching a horror flick and there's something dealing with the not a cult but like just evil, or something like that. And she's saying that she said there was that one scene. She says no, my daughter doesn't like horror movies, period. But for
I
her to
don't
go
either.
and be comfortable with it, and she said it was okay. It was just that one thing that came in there, and she says you could see where the spirits were involved in it. That's how she said it. And she
How
says, but basically, she can say that she walked away not being like she slept that
Afraid.
night. Let's just say, yeah, she slept that night after she had
how is
seen
it?
her and her girlfriend went.
How is it compared to the movie Get Out?
Now,
The
listen,
movie.
I saw Get Out. Now, Get Out was funny to me, and I enjoyed Get Out.
Oh,
But I didn't drink tea for about 3 years. Okay,
okay. So
so
I watched it and I wanted my sister to see it. So she said she would go if I went and I went again. I hate I went again because that did something to me. So if you laughed at Get Out, I know I ain't gonna like the other one.
I didn't drink tea for 3 years, just so you know, because
Mhm.
I would go to work every morning and have me a cup of tea. I stopped drinking tea after I saw Get
Yeah,
Out.
yeah, it made you to me.
I
It made me more
finally
conscious.
saw Get Out, and I what I got from that movie was, and Kevin, I know you're a movie buff. You all up into that because you're always up somewhere auditioning to be on movies and TV. Uh, I didn't find it scary, but I what I got from it was like, even though they're doing this, it made me think they are doing this. They're just showing us before it becomes commonplace, you know, that this is the kind of thing that they're doing. So um it didn't I didn't think any more about it afterwards, it was just you know, just like, okay, white folks up to some more stuff. So that's what I got out of that. But as I said, I have no desire to go see Sinners.
Well,
I
listen,
don't
it
think
was a
it's that
whole group
scared.
of us looking at Get Out. So it was about I don't know about 7 or 8 of us in the room looking at it together. So maybe that made it less scary for me. But I was sitting there looking at that thing and I was thinking about it. I says, oh, they want the best of us. They want to take out what's best in us, like whether we,
They've
we're a good runner
always wanted
and
that.
always
That's
that,
always
so
been part of their um, you
so the
know,
sub the message that was involved in all of that, we already know, all of us do as black people, we know that they want the best of us and they could take the best of us and reuse it and in the way that makes them, whatever. But it was cool. I didn't I'm okay and everything like that. But I can tell you one thing, if I'm dating somebody white, I ain't going to see his family.
you stupid. Your family don't want to see you either. So,
That's okay because I ain't going to see them either, and they darn sure can't give me no tea.
oh Lord, you
They're
stupid.
gonna, they're
They
gonna
can
have
give you coffee.
grandma
She
gonna be
ain't give me
squeezing
no
on your
coffee. She
arm.
ain't give me tea, and I'm bringing my own water bottle.
Oh Lord.
Mm.
Cappy Cab, I wanted to ask you when it says that um The deal includes final cut. I know what the final cut is. He gets to decide what stays and what goes. What is first dollar gross?
Well,
Like
that,
whatever the movie makes, he gets all that.
oh, that's the top. Then they got there's the top dollar gross. Then there's the back end. You really
Mhm.
want that back end money.
I would think that would be more.
But no, well, see, it all depends on what kind of deal you work out. You understand? And that's what it
Well,
boils.
his deal was it includes final cut, first dollar gross, and full rights ownership for 25 years
Oh,
after the
that's
release. That's a lot. Who's gonna make money besides him
oh,
and the
there's some
actors?
no. And once again, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It
That's
is a lot.
yeah, that's a beautiful position to be in.
So if the movie made $45.6 million domestically and over 61 million globally,
Mm.
isn't that the first dollar gross?
Yeah, but he ain't getting
Does
all that.
he get all that money and now everybody else get paid?
No. The guys who spent their money and then the executive producers and all that good stuff. He's in the mix, but he don't get all that money. He get the top whatever it is, whatever cut he get because they ain't telling you his cut. His cut might be,
Mhm.
but whatever it is, it's still good. I mean, because it's gross, it's not net. That's one thing I hate when managers and agents do that, boy. They be taking the gross of your check and you only get the net. They take the tax. They don't care the taxes and stuff taken out first. You know, they don't care nothing about that. They be cutting your
Well, look how many years we were screwed with taping Comic View and
yeah.
only getting people thinking we were making money. We were getting $150 per taping.
Oh, you got that much?
Everybody got that much. Come on, you got
Yeah,
$150.
yeah, but you had to make my way down there though.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
hey, but they played the heck out of them. Now, if you go get on Sound Exchange, they'll go back and give you all that money.
Yeah. But
You know, and
it was
they're showing it still.
it was a
You go
beautiful.
click on it every night. Everything that you've ever been in, go click on it. It's got to be on at least 15 minutes for you to get some kind of monetary value out of it. But
Hmm.
tell all your friends, hey, go click on this, even if it's on YouTube, so you can get your money. And
I
I'm
only
quite sure you still have not joined
I,
Sound Exchanges. I told you to.
I
So
only got two friends.
comedian noise, if you got something out there, you go do the same thing. Go register it, Sound Exchange, and they'll let you know if you got some money out there. DeAndre, I've been told you, but you probably don't listen because you're hard headed.
How I'm
So
being hard headed?
how you being hard headed? Are you registered with Sound Exchange?
Okay, you
You
got me
ain't
on that.
answer. You ain't answer. So what that mean?
But I thought I had to be like far in the industry to like do that.
No. Anything that you've done, they'll let you know whether you got some money out there or not.
Okay, I thought
Because
I
they
thought
do
you was just
radio, they do overseas stuff. They do now that streaming is out there popular. They do that.
oh they streaming
So
then I might be on to something. 'Cause you know
yeah, go
my little
sign up.
Facebook check be hitting.
SoundExchange.com.
I
That goes for you too. Triple P.
we
He
got
like
a
somebody said my name.
I'm surprised you not getting a check with people using your audio on TikTok.
Sound Exchange says they can't monitor it because it's not a United States thing. So
Oh,
they're working on it, you know. So I don't know.
and
So I can't.
one thing I'm surprised that nobody got on your page and just started just dropping them.
No,
Cause
even when I go on their page and say, hey, just, thank you for keeping me relevant, just give me a shout out. People don't care. They don't care. If they want to use it, they're going to use it. If it's going to make their page better, they're going to take whatever they want to take. And people don't care who it belongs to.
and I can agree to that because I got a buddy. He been going viral for like the last 10 years back when we had Vine. and they bringing stuff that he did on Vine, and it done made people like well known. And he'll be like, "I just want you to say thank you for my creativity." Cause
Hmm.
he made a whole new SpongeBob theme song, and it's doing real good on all platforms. And it's been 10 years since he did this.
Oh, really? Mm,
Yeah. And then
okay.
he did like a video for he did a military video, but now that he found God, he stopped doing them kind of videos now. He's a preacher now.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, he trying to get me to go to his church, but I can't go. I'm scared he might say clock them doors.
Okay. All right. Moving on. KTLA apologizes after tweeting the N word on X. KTLA came under fire after a tweet using the racial slur was posted from its official account. The station blamed a technical error tied to a new content filter system. Though the tweet was quickly deleted, backlash came fast and loud. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, ain't nobody accidentally did that. They did, they're like a Heskett, checking all the military plans to his family or whatever. People, I think we've gotten to the place where people don't care anymore. You know, it's like we're living in some crazy times right now where the people are doing whatever they want to do, saying whatever they want to do, without fear of uh, people lashing out at them or whatever. I mean, it's
Ret-
easy to talk about, oh, you shouldn't have done that on thing, but you know, I don't know what's going on.
Backlash, retribution, show,
Yeah, but
revolution, evolution,
okay. So, well, how do you feel when you
contra.
have? And I want to hear from everybody, not just the two guys, because it's very hard. It's very rare that I would hear women use the N word. But how do you feel? And ladies, I want you to chime in too, because I don't want to pick on Kevin and Triple P and DeAndre and while they're on here. How do you feel? I know that I've heard people use the N word. Do you think? How do you feel when white folks say, "Hey, why is it that y'all can say it and we can't?" I'll go
Is that
first.
rhetorical?
Hmm?
That rhetorical?
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
Well, the answer would be, why would you want to say it? You
So you
know?
never use the word.
Nah, it's so funny. Funny thing happened. I used it one time, and everybody said, "What? Not you, Kev?" Because that's not really in my vocabulary. I'll call somebody brother in a minute. What's up, brother? How you doing,
Yeah,
baby?
well, I don't use the N word, but I'll use the MF in a minute. That's my word right there.
That's where, yeah. But no, that's
That
not. It's
word
not.
was invented for me.
It was.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
use that. I use that N word, man. That's a powerful part of my vocabulary, man. My everyday. You know,
but
facts.
my
why?
nigga. Why?
What
I
do
don't
are you offended? Would you be offended if someone of a different race said it?
Did they use the
Preferably white
hard?
folks.
Did they use the hard R?
Or did they say It's a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Did they use the hard R? See a nigger? A nigger? That's just come on. That's just you trying to get punched in your life. You know what I mean? But the
What's the difference? I mean,
Like nigga, nigga, they're like my dog. Like we
you sound
cool.
you sound like the Boondocks.
But then if you be like nigga, you gonna get your ass whooped.
yeah, something need to happen to you. Use that hard R, but that nigga they use. I mean, you know what? I mean, they put it in songs. I wouldn't mind if I heard a white boy say it in a song or something, but in regular conversation, you can't just be nigga this, nigga that. I might feel a little offended because I ain't said cracker.
I'm
Not
slapping them.
one,
I'm gonna
you know.
disrespect them. Just like I use it at work. Like when them white folk come to me talking crazy, I be like, nigga, you better start talking to me.
Yeah, I call them niggas too.
And
I
they
ain't
be
gonna
like,
lie.
oh, now I ain't gonna lie to you. When they go to lunch break, they be like, oh, Docs called me the N-word. No,
Mm.
I said it for you to get out my face because you making me mad. Like, get out my face.
That's some real
But
cool
I
white
don't.
boys.
But now that I'm in a leadership role and I'm a supervisor, I gotta watch how I say stuff nowadays.
So
People
now
are
you
sensitive.
say Negro. Mm.
I say Negro.
What you say,
K-E.
Triple P? What you say, Kevin? You already said why even use the word. What you think, Triple P? And then I'm gonna ask the ladies, cause the ladies. And I want to thank Mary for coming on. I don't know who Mary is, but thank you for coming on, dear.
I think I invited her.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mary, and thank you, comedian Owens. Triple P. I see some fingernails, but he's talking to somebody. Triple P, we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me
Is
now?
he talking to us? Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, my wife was trying to help me. I'm not a phone person. You know,
Okay.
I'm back in the day. I'm a limo driver, and I heard people say the N-word. I just bit my tongue and just kept driving. Like if it ain't pertaining to me, I mean, I can't tell nobody what
So
to
were they
say.
black or were they of another race?
There was a white people, but they, I
And
mean,
they really felt comfortable saying it around
yeah, I mean,
you?
they paid me like $2,000 just to drive them down the street. I just smiled with them. I said, Lord, I sold my soul for some money. I mean,
Well, that's not really selling your soul because I mean, it's.
Word up.
I mean,
I think the because we've heard it so much and we know how prejudiced they can be. I think it has taken the sting out of the word, but
but
it still hurts a little bit.
it do hurt. But if you retaliate and do something, they're gonna blame it on you. They're gonna say we said some words and he attacked us. He put his hands on us or he fought us. Then all the blame gonna come on the African American person.
I'm not fighting every
Okay,
white
ladies,
person.
what
That's
say
it.
y'all? How do you feel, ladies? Because it generally don't. When they say it, they don't. We're the angry black women. We're not. We're not the N word. They usually reserve that for the guys. But how do you feel?
I want to respond.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so like when you were saying about the hard R, to me, it don't matter if they saying nigga or nigger, because
Nigga,
like the
nigger,
ER,
nigga,
yeah, the
nigga,
ER
nigga,
part
nigga, nigga, nigga.
is portrayed with the like the TV shows and stuff, and it's if you see like let's say a redneck because his neck is red and he got that old country accent, and some of them could be the nicest people, so you can't go by the accent. But I feel like if I was to see a white person say "What's up, my nigga," and he's talking to somebody that responded back, that's no problem to me. But when you saying it because you mean harm, you know how um you got an idea how black people felt being called that, then I think it's a problem. I try not to use it. I think I might have called my kids that about 2 or 3 times, but I most times say Negro, because I feel like, and as far as the people saying why y'all can say it, we can't. And like you said, why would you want to say it? And I really ain't been fond of the cracker and the honky, but they laugh at that. They know that cracker and honky does not mean the same thing as nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but like I said, I mean, maybe they
That
were raised
cracker
around
hit
for that.
hard though. That cracker
Preach.
do hit
I
hard
ain't
though.
gonna
Now
lie
when
to you. Cracker do
you
hit. It do
yeah,
hit
you say it
hard.
the right way. You say it the right way, man. That shit worse than nigga.
Okay,
You know
how
what
you
I'm saying?
say it the right way? You got to put soda in front of it.
No,
But
you just gotta tell them you like eating soup. The only reason why you like eating
What
soup
you
is
say?
the ground
Oh,
cracker.
cracker ass cracker, something like that.
I mean, man, a gray boy. They don't like that either. Call them gray boy. You know what I
What's
mean?
the gray?
Because they ain't
Gray.
white.
They just white.
Yeah,
They
I know
just
they're white, but
Trying to
why
come
you just
in.
say white boy? Why gray boy?
because it sounds better than concrete boy, gray boy. You know what I mean?
Concrete
You ain't
boy.
got no
Damn,
yeah.
y'all got
You
all
ain't
kind
got
of slang.
you ain't got no flavor. Yeah.
Okay, Sandra.
I don't
Powerhouse,
like
come
the
on.
term. Listen, I don't think no white person should ever even fit their mouth to say nigga or nigger. Okay, I don't think that's either way. When I was working in I work for the department of various departments within New Jersey. So the departments or whatever I was working in one area I was working in, the girl was calling another, I think it was a Chinese, and they had a name for them, and then she said something else and had a name for another one. She was a white girl. And I said to her, I says, "Oh, so what do you guys do?" And she said, "What do you mean?" I says, "I mean, does every white person have a class, and then they have everybody, they show you everybody in the, every race, and then you guys just pick the names and call it to them? Is that like a training that you guys go through when y'all young?" And she just looked at me, and I was like, I'm just asking because I never knew that a Chinese person was called this, or any other person. I say, of course, I know what y'all call us. She just looked at me. She says, "Well, I was just and so she backtracked. But I was just saying, I don't mean no harm. I says, I'm just asking you, is there a training that you guys go through in order for y'all know what to call every
Yeah,
race
it's
there is?
called home. Growing up,
Yeah, yeah,
Looking
that's
at
what
their
I asked
grandma.
her.
their
Yeah,
parents and
your mother,
whatever.
your father? That's what I said.
No,
Is there a class that you guys go
more
through?
like grandparents or great grandparents.
Yeah,
Because
this is where they get it from their home environment, and just like us, my godfather, Miss Campbell's husband, her barber, he used to say nigga all the time. And so my habit is that I always said it when my kids were younger, but I've tried not to say it that my nephew's with me because I'm looking for him because kids repeat stuff, and I'm looking to be in Walmart one day and he's was in the cart with me or something. He starts saying nigga, and I'm gonna look at all the white people and them saying what did you say? Because I'm gonna make them think that I believe they said it instead of him.
What can a Mexican say it then? Can a Chinese person say
I
nigga?
I don't think anybody, any other race except a black person should say that. Period.
I really don't think black people could say it. Like I say, I
I'm
don't
just saying
use the
like the
N
way that
word.
we say it.
It
But
has a
we are saying
sting
it.
for me that I just can't dispel.
But
That's
when
the
we say it though, Barbara, I'm telling you, it's not the same thing. It's just like a cracker calling another cracker a cracker, So all of that
it's
stuff
the
like that. So I just think that with them, now my nieces and all of them, they hate it. So that for them to hear me say that, I don't say it around them because I know it offends them. I don't say it
it,
around people that I know that it offends them because I wouldn't do that to them.
it's
Because
a term of
yeah,
endearment. A term of
yeah,
endearment.
and
So,
that's basically what when I talk to
That's
my
what I say
kids.
when I say motherfucker. I mean ML. I, to me that's a term of endearment if I say
you
it to
know.
you. Unless I now when I say ma and the other part, don't put the mother on it. I just say ma.
But
Then
ain't that the best thing about being black though is being able to sometimes tap into your nigga. That's the best and worst thing about being black. You can tap into that nigga if you feel like it, or you can, if you
No,
know how to do your nigga,
no,
then
no,
that nigga powerful, dog. I'm
no,
telling you, bro.
no,
Yeah,
if you
bro.
know how to do it,
no,
it's a
no,
certain way. You got
no.
some je ne sais quoi when it comes to saying the
If,
word.
if
Yeah,
you wanna convince yourself of that psyche and that trope, then so be it. But I don't stand behind that. And you want to, and if one wants to say,
yeah.
"Oh, we want to take it back," well, I don't want it. That's number one. Number two, everybody that says that don't mean it as a term of endearment, whether you black or whatever. No, there's other things you can call yourself. You can call
So if I
yourself.
call you my nigga, dog, that ain't a term of endearment, my guy.
Well, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Though?
gonna change it to my guy.
Now,
Yeah,
if
just help him out.
Now you want to be Mary Wilson.
check
You
out
know.
check out what would happen if every black person called each other brother. Hey, brother, how you doing? What's happening, brother? How you feel today, man? Watch the difference that alone would make. Watch the difference.
It
Yeah,
probably, but you and he are
and
from two generations. I mean, you came up at a different time, and by the time he came through the ranks, that was rap music that glorified the word. So
Okay.
you got to look at like
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
age
whoa.
difference.
Hold on now, because Superfly and all them other movies I watched, that niggas was getting dropped heavy in the
Every
movie.
time you
Yeah,
every
that's
every
what
other
I'm saying.
word, Barbara. Every other word, Barbara.
Come
Yeah.
on now. I heard Bootsy Collins album.
No,
You
no,
know,
but
it's
hold
Hey,
on.
hey,
a couple
don't talk
niggas
about
on there.
Bootsy Collins. That's one of my favorite artists.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
couple niggas in
But,
there on that album.
no, no, no.
I like to.
Man, let me jump in. Can I jump in? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Mary, you may jump in.
Thank
Come
you for
on.
the welcome. I don't know. See, now it might be a little mental thing with me. When I hear the word nigga, automatically going to associate it with nigger, and I'm automatically going to start thinking I'm being called, or you're calling that person ignorant, which is what the word means. So I just don't like the word, either one of them.
I don't like the word either.
And I had this conversation with my grandson about 3 or 4 months ago because he was explaining to me that these are different times. He's 18, and he said that, it's a term of, as you were saying, you showing your brother love. When I'm like, you show your brother love by calling him what the so-called slave master called us, way back when, like it's hard for me, y'all. That's all I gotta say. It's hard for me.
It just feel better to say
Oh
the
man.
word, like it get off you, right? Like if you get robbed, that brother ain't robbed you, that nigga robbed you. You know what I'm
No,
Yeah,
saying?
that mother ucker robbed you.
That
it
motherfucking
it
nigga
goes to
robbed me. That
That's where Barbara
motherfucking
comes
nigga.
in.
yeah, it definitely
Yo,
goes to saying I wish a nigga would. And when you get, you just can't not say it sometimes. I don't say it just to call a person a nigga or be, but sometimes it just come out, for me. I grew up with a lot of dudes and they call each other niggas. So that's why the music had it. That's why, a lot of young people say it. But for a white person to say it, it all depends on where the
the
situation
music
was.
stop.
No, listen,
Air
for
gets
real.
a different kind of thing in
For
it.
real, for real. When if they're singing the song and they're hanging around with a lot of black dudes, or they trying to be cool, they just trying to be cool and they trying to fit in. They believe they have it, because the black dude is accepting him saying it. You know what I'm saying? So he's
Mhm.
saying it. So, but if it's a white dude in a rich establishment, or he's prejudiced or something, and that was the situation, and he says it, oh, I'm offended now. You know what I'm saying? But versus those two situations, it depended on the situation for me, how you use it and what you mean by it. Because yeah, I say I wish a nigga would, or this nigga right here, I could be saying this nigga right here, my nigga, this my
But
dude,
but you but
and
basically when you're saying it, I guess you're saying it to yourself, or you might be
it's like
saying it to
if I
people
if
who are
I call
very
her a bitch,
intimate. You're
yeah,
not just out there in the street saying, "That nigga,
no, mm-mm,
all that
no.
kind of stuff.
It's just like saying the word bitch to you could call her a bad bitch, or you could really be calling her a bitch. Like, I'm mad at you, bitch. You could be, it's how you say it to me,
Where
and
you put the inflection, huh?
yeah, it's what you saying and how you saying it, all the things that come with it, it's a time and place for everything though. I wouldn't do it in front of kids. I wouldn't make a scene or nothing like that with that word, you know what I'm saying, unless it just came out.
It, them white folk, I'm gonna tell you what feel worse than that nigga. Y'all said it earlier. That Negro, if I hear a white person say Negro, he trying to be fucking funny. Go on, call me a nigga, dog. Don't hit me with that Negro shit. That shit, that's Negro
Why
leave.
not? I mean, I don't understand that.
Well,
Oh
the
no.
color.
And since we got to move on, we press for time.
A
I'm gonna
color.
tell you niggas we finna go on to the next thing.
Ah.
Y'all niggas, y'all Negroes. All right,
Well, I
here we
don't
go.
call the Barbara. I'm just gonna say this. I call my brother a nigger. When I call him a nigger, I mean a nigger, okay? Because he gonna sit here and try to pump up Donald Trump and try to defend him. And I look at him and I say it straight up, and I mean to be insulting, and I'm calling him the lowest of low, and I'm calling him ignorant, I'm calling him everything. Because I be looking at him saying, nigga, get out. Just shut up. Okay? Cause shut up right now. Because my grandmother carried a pistol in a pocketbook. When he started talking, I realized why. She meant to kill that nigga.
Mm.
You stupid.
God
All
damn.
right, Shannon Sharp hit with a 50 million assault lawsuit. Sports media personality and former NFL star Shannon Sharp, who y'all know he has a, a, a show out, is facing a $50 million lawsuit filed by a woman identified as Jane Doe. And that's DOE, not DOUGH. The
Which
suit
means she white.
alleges sexual assault, battery, and emotional abuse during a past relationship. Why did she wait so long? Sharp has not yet issued a public response. What y'all think?
She the one that was in that video that was leaked. Well, not the video, but the
The
Oh,
sexual
that's my
video that was,
Michelle. That's my Michelle.
that's not Michelle.
No, it's not Michelle. But that's the
Oh.
video that was leaked. But I just think she want a piece of the
Well, how
pie.
you know her on a first name basis?
He said it in the live.
Oh, okay. All right, but so I mean, do you think that had he not gotten that kind of money, that she would have come forward, or I don't know. I think if you don't settle on it for this long, what is $50 million going to do for you? I mean, I know it'll make your life better, but I don't get the waiting, and then now you can. It's like a come up. Maybe I'm wrong because I've never been, you know, I've been dealing with people that ain't got no dang money, so I can't go back and get nothing from nobody. Ladies, what y'all think? Don't get quiet on me now.
I think if he did it, that no matter how long she waited, she has a right to say something. But it makes you think, why would you wait so long? So,
And
but I
and
feel like if he
When it comes to abuse, I think sometimes that women are ashamed and they do wait. So I think it could go either way. Like it could be somebody saying, "Look, let me get some of that money he got," or it could be somebody that actually went through the shame and kind of got bold with seeing other people coming out. You don't know because this
so you
world
think that
is
she
sensitive.
allowed someone else to goad her into doing this?
Of course.
Possibly.
I
Of
mean,
course.
you done sat on it for this long, you
he
know.
did it,
How
Now
you come up with that
your
number?
name is gonna be dragged through the mud and this and whatever. But I mean, I know sexual trauma is sexual trauma, but if
It
you
takes
were
a
gonna
lot,
do
though. It
something,
takes a
why?
lot for wherever you find yourself at, and no matter how many years it may take, and so forth and so on. But people will come out. Now, I used to work for, Department of Children and Families, so
Mhm.
we had a case that came in, and honestly, this lady was in her 80s. Okay, the chances of us going back to a school and finding that person that sexually assaulted her is very, unlikely. But the point of the matter is that whether you come out 5 years or a year or at the same time point where it's happening at, or 50 years or 60 years or whatever you do, the point that you got yourself to a place where you can finally face what happened to you and you can vocalize it, no matter what people's opinion is, whether the nigga is poor, I'm sorry, there go that word again, whether the
There
guy
you
is
go.
poor or whether he's rich or whether he's middle class or wherever it may be. But the point of the matter is that whatever happened and whatever time she took to come to points with whatever it was that, or to just face it, it's a true thing. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knows between but her, God, and the person that did it. And if it didn't
Okay,
happen,
but
then woe be unto her. But you just don't. There's
and
no
I'm happy
time.
that she's trying to get some money, but my question is, what is the thought process to, because
I
you
don't know.
sat on it
You
for
have to.
so long? Is it more important for you to let people know this person did something to you, or is it more important for you to get money, retribution from this?
That's
I
that's what's
think
so
that, Barbara. I don't think that's.
Monetary
I don't think
retribution.
it's this. I don't think whatever the reasoning is her reasoning. But the point of the matter is, you're not hearing what there's. So the thing of it is, coming forward, it's not so much
I'm just
for
playing
that
devil's
reason or the two
advocate.
reasons.
I don't know
But
the
what I'm
trauma.
saying, like, it could be just to empower herself. It could
Hmm.
be just the point that I just want to be better, a better me. And at this point, if I can just speak on this thing and whatever, and if now money, if that's what she want to go for, then hey, go for it. But the point of the matter is that at any point when anyone speaks about something that happened in their past, abuse wise, and whether it be sexual, physical, mental, whatever, that right there, I don't think there should be a time frame as to when you should do it. Or it could be questioned like, well, you sat that long and you didn't say nothing. What you saying something now for? Well, that's something,
So
maybe it just took that long for her to empower herself with that.
if they didn't have that kind of money, I mean, what do you do? Do you go say, well, I want $1,000? Well, I want $100. But
I
I'm just
wouldn't have made
saying.
money a factor. I'm just saying whether they make money a factor or not. I wouldn't look at, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know whether it's a money thing. I don't know any of that. But what I am saying is that there's no time frame. That's the only point I'm looking at through all of this. There is no time frame on when you speak or when you should speak.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm looking at. I don't know nothing about her money ideas. I don't know nothing about what she's trying to ask for. I don't know nothing about that. Maybe she is after the money. I don't care. I don't know. But I'm just saying there's no time frame for how long a person will wait in order to speak about any type of
Yeah, I
atrocities that may have
understand
happened
that
to them.
because sometimes you can't. It takes therapy. It might take a lot of soul searching and whatever. But I'm saying, does the does the amount of money the perpetrator has, help you to make the decision about when you're gonna come forward and
Hey, that's what's so diabolical about this shit. It's maniacal, them big words and all that. It's crazy because it's crazy because come on now, man. Who put that much money on that man? Just got $100 million deal, media deal, right? He just got that the other morning. $100 million. That's guaranteed finna come to him. I'm pretty sure she heard about it. She won't have. You know what I'm saying? She need half, but like
I don't know whether or not he did it, but if he did, I can see it. Cause you think about if somebody abused you in any way,
well, send them to jail.
You haven't got over it now, and you sitting there. He just got what y'all say, 100 million.
100 mil.
I won't have. I won't
see
have.
What I'm saying? That's diabolical.
Y'all want to drop it? Go back to what y'all was saying. I won't have, Negro.
Nigga.
Yeah, but you won't have. But you sat on it for how long? And what if there are other people out there? How you gonna get your half?
No, I'm just giving a scenario, but I'm hurt. I'm hurt. You've
been hurt this whole time when he was broke. Why you didn't go try to get $100?
Look, Sister Barbara, but he ain't broke no more, baby.
See,
he ain't broke crazy. No more. And now you don't put a price tag on your vagina.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It ain't worth but $10 to the average Joe. But because this man got money,
that's just gonna heal it. The 50 million just gonna bury it all.
She gonna go out and get it prepped. She gonna go out and get an edge up and everything.
The thing of it is that type of thing, whether it's for money or not, and whatever her purpose is, she's gonna get what you guys are throwing at her. That's on her. But my thing is, I don't, besides all of that, the time frame isn't the question as point, because it takes something, and some people suppress their memories up to a point, and $100,000, yeah, that'll shake it loose. But what I'm saying also is that they a lot of people don't speak up and for a long time.
Further, Sonya, wait. So you say $100,000 will shake it loose. So you said if people got amnesia,
$100,000 make you remember. 100 will make you remember real quick. Okay.
Will it make you remember correctly?
Hey, whatever. It's a memory play thing. It's all gonna come clear after a while. At least after I spend about half of it.
It'll all come out in the wash, right?
But it's just I don't know. I really don't know. It's hard to tell what's truth and what's a lie, in situations like that. But the fact that you didn't wait until the money came out, that's always that skepticism is gonna show up because of that. But hey, skepticism, whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, if you sat on it for how many years, and that's your prerogative, it just seems like I don't know.
It happened.
Just the number of years don't matter. But Bob, that's what I'm trying to say is that the number of years don't matter.
You're gonna catch the flack from everybody saying,
"Oh, she's definitely gonna do that."
Just definitely. Is when it happened. So that's what 4 years ago. 4 years. This shit chess, not checkers with her. She was probably waiting. This nigga, I mean, he was already doing good in 2021 with the podcast. She probably just waited. She probably tried then and got somebody in her ear that know how to get that big money and was like, nah, we got to wait. You know what I'm saying? 50 mil, she ain't just come up with that number. That's a sit down, go to lunch, and look, this is what we can get them for. That's that type number for me. That's what I think. I might be wrong. I don't know.
It might be bidding high in order to expect to go low. You know what I'm saying? She took it as high as she can possibly get it with the expectation that she probably won't get that much, but she'll get something.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
What happened
when it comes to people revealing stuff like that, I'm not in it. I just really never even comment on it because I don't know what their psyche is and where their minds are at and what they went through. None of that stuff. I usually don't even comment on it. But I'm just entertaining Barbara Carlyles because she asked me to come on.
It's a man. them
I
niggas
need
that famous.
$59 million from. I need $50,000 for you slandering my name. I
I
did
mean,
not ask you to come on. I begged you to come on. There's a difference.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just being kind.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's go on. Well, y'all know today or yesterday, Pope Francis died. He was 88. And they had the nerve to say, following a meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance. To me, that means they trying to say Vance done killed this man. Do y'all think that? Why did they put that other part on the end?
I guess they want to say that he got forgiveness or something. I don't know.
And how could J.D. Vance forgive him?
No, that the Pope forgave Vance for whatever his all his sins that he's committing up that line. But my heart was sad when I heard that the Pope had died because I like him. I mean, I don't count him as high as everyone else did because I'm not Catholic. But and I wouldn't kiss his hand or his ring or whatever they be doing. But the thing of it is that I liked him because he liked the people. He found it every opportunity that he could in order to be around people and to support them in whatever manner. I think he was. If you look at all the popes, I think that he was the best one they had. I guess
Mhm.
if we have to judge a person like that, but I liked him. I really did.
So
there's
who's
something about
next
them
in
popes.
line?
Them popes be looking evil, man. There's something about them popes, man. I mean, I don't know them, but
Well, he never had any of
Negative
the
press.
negative press, like because there've always been stories of them molesting, you know, young boys and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know.
And he what he did was he what was it when they were talking about the people getting the kids being um you know n-
Molested.
all of the kids being molested and everything like that. He was adamant about you know um the truth of the matter and paying the families and looking at it. He was not trying to cover it. He wasn't the one that ever tried to cover all of the allegations and stuff. And he was pretty straight about it, and trying to you know recognize what had happened to so many people and everything. And I just like I said, I'm not Catholic and I'm not into all of that stuff like that and whatever they do, God bless them. But and I don't trust them either. So that was my thing. My son went to a Catholic school and they was I think one of the teachers told me that the priest there wanted him to help him. And I said, no, he can't help him. I know he can't help him. My son can't help them do nothing because I don't trust them. I just think that they're molesters. Sorry.
how he went out? He had a stroke.
He was sick. He had been
He
suffering
had
with pneumonia and
respiratory
all of those the
issues.
rest. Yeah, he was sick for a minute, and for him, then the doctors had suggested that because he had just got out of the hospital a month previously, and they was constantly, um, doctoring on him and everything like that. So they suggested that he not go in public, but I think he knew he was dying, and he was just wanted to say goodbye to the people, and that's basically what he did. He went out Easter morning, said goodbye to everyone, and died that night.
Hmm. That's sad. Sad.
Okay, y'all. Let's move to the Cougar Council. This week's questions. Let's see which one I want to ask.
Man.
Is it wrong to expect your partner, if you have one, to be your best friend? Some say your partner should be your everything. Others believe that's too much pressure. Where's the balance? What say you?
What was the beginning of the questions?
Is it is it wrong to expect your partner to be your best friend?
Wrong to expect it? No, it ain't wrong to
Gotta
expect that.
be.
They should be your best friend
Okay. Why do you say that?
because that's the person you most likely going to be totally intimate with.
Okay, I can see partner maybe if it were your husband. And then there's some things you don't want your husband or your wife to know. Some things just, you know,
But
you have.
that has nothing to do with what we talking about. You know, that's
What
like
do you
some
mean?
that's like telling somebody you want to know
Your
everything.
wife or your husband is your partner.
Right. So what are you talking about? What that got to do with what I'm talking about?
Well, what are you talking about?
Okay, slow down. Let's slow down. Your question was, should you expect your friend or your partner,
To be your best friend.
your best friend? Yeah, if you're in a relationship with someone, okay, and we're talking intimacy like a husband or girlfriend, boyfriend, they should be your best friend.
Stand.
Okay,
Not
because
all the time.
if you don't have a friend in that person that you lay with and sleep with, then you don't have
Okay,
nothing.
you could be friends with a person, but there's just some things you would tell like a female best friend more so than your boyfriend, especially if you like. To me, like if you're talking about him,
Well,
somebody got to know you ain't shit.
hold on. Well, once again, there's levels to everything, and there's certain things you might not want to confide in someone about. Well, that's cool. But once again, if we're talking something big, especially if it's in the terms of uh, it's going to affect your lives together, then you got to speak on it, and you should be comfortable being able to talk with that person. But if you can't, come on now. First of all, if you're comfortable enough to be with yourself, that's number one. Always you first, and you sound, and you give sage advice and know how to accept sage advice. And once again, and your humility radar is on point. Then yeah, and their humility radar is on point. Then great. But if you're walking around all nilly willy, I can't say this, I can't say that, then you shouldn't be in a relationship to that level or that extent with that person. Stop playing now.
But okay, what happens when you're with somebody and they showed you a different person in the beginning than what they are now? Do you still feel comfortable, or are you just trying to say, I'm okay, I'm strong enough to get out of the relationship because I can't deal with the two-sidedness.
Well, then they're not being true and genuine to you or themselves.
Hmm.
Okay, if you can't bear that and or you don't want to deal with it, then don't. Then no. I mean, and especially it depends once again how fine. I'll keep telling you this: how fine tuned you are and how old you are. You notice when you get older, certain things you just ain't gonna accept. Man, I'm tired. I ain't going.
True, true.
You see things differently. You got different focus, different lens. So man, if you don't get out here with that bull, and sometimes you ain't gotta say nothing. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Once again, that comes from years of making mistakes, years of listening, years of learning. Okay. And listening is an art form. A lot of people like to talk, but they don't like to listen. And a lot of people can't take the truth when you give it to them. Even if you give it to
Okay. Well, I think that in the beginning, I think we all make the mistake of thinking this could be our best friend, and we end up telling them things that we may not have told anyone else. But sometimes we start getting caught up in looks and other things and not really knowing the person,
well, once again,
so to speak.
well, in that case, that means you weren't fine tuned. Okay.
I understand that.
As your third eye. You know what I'm saying? And once again, even that's okay too, because you can learn from that. You understand? You can learn. It's always, that's why I say I'm forever a student. I can always learn. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to that, it's hard for some people to keep their mouth shut. No, you say nothing. But if it's something that you have to get out, I say, pray on it first. You talk to God first. He'll guide you. He'll
Well,
guide you.
I think
Can I respond?
women have a lot more tolerance for bull crap. You know, we
No,
keep giving men chances.
Can
no.
I respond?
And let me tell
Yeah.
you what,
Go ahead. Wait a minute, Kevin. Let's hear what Miss Owens got to say.
it's not women or men. It's human being to human being. The reason why women say men and men say women because we just on the opposite side. But it boils down to the same thing. If you slap me, it's gonna hurt. If I slap you, it's gonna hurt. Period. No matter, got nothing to do with it. It's human being to human being. That's all it is.
Okay, Miss Owens, what do you say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So your original question was, is it wrong to expect your partner or your husband to be your best friend? I would say no, it's not
Yes.
wrong. But for me, I'm a transparent person. It's not like I want everybody to know my business, but if somebody was to say, like you said, be careful who you tell stuff to. let's say that I'm married, that's gonna be my best friend because nobody else shouldn't be no other man should know stuff before my husband do. Now, whoever I told stuff to before I got married, that's a different story. I know people that are married, a guy that's married to a lady, right? But he says his best friend is a lady. And I'm like, how you got a best friend of the opposite sex? Now, if you got a best friend dude, which means you would tell stuff to you might want to tell to a female, but the opposite sex, your best friend, no. So if I was married to somebody and I said that's my best friend, I tell him everything, and they choose when we break up or whatever to go tell somebody. I don't have a problem with saying, yeah, I did that or yeah, I said that. But at the same time, you would hope your best friend would be somebody that you could confide in, and if you break up, they'll take it to the grave. So to answer the question, no, I don't think it's wrong for you. I wouldn't say your boyfriend to be your best friend or your girlfriend. That should be a good friend, but your best friend should be, if you're married, that should be your best friend to me.
Okay. Mary, what do you say?
Didn't hear my brain is going. I was married to my best friend for almost 30 years. So of course I believe in that. Um, things happen to shift relationships, but I wouldn't even want to be in a relationship with someone I can't communicate with. We can't talk. What we doing together?
Can you still talk to him even though y'all been apart?
I do, and I tell him when my next husband come, he gotta go. Joke, but
Wait, 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 wait,
But
wait,
Barbara.
wait.
yeah. But
Oh, that's funny.
thing is, we do because we have children together. Even though they're grown, but we're getting ready to have a
You said
grandbaby
when
together. So we gotta
your
be
next
close.
husband come, he got to go. So y'all still live together?
No, 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 no,
They
not
still
like
friends. They still friends,
I know
Barbara.
we're
they're still
friends. We're
friends,
friends.
but
We're kosher. I want no hate in our heart, no hate between us or whatever. But we both, it's over. So, but
mm,
back to the question
it
though.
seems like it's over to me. But go
Yeah, it's
ahead.
over. It's over. That's why
Over
what
and done.
attracted me to your thing. I saw Cougar like, okay. But anyway, we talking about communication. I
Mary,
want to be
he's
with
gonna invite you back, Mary.
her. I can't see why
Wow.
anybody want to be in a relationship with somebody you can't talk to or you can't listen to them. They can't hear you. It's always conflict. It's just not worth it. And I guess it's what the guy said. You get older. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to live in
Yeah.
conflict? Just me.
Well,
Corey,
Barbara, last week you talked about
last week. There you
that
go,
when the
bringing them
guy.
fast.
Yeah, I know. But the guy came, the woman wanted to had the question of that she wants to talk when she comes home from work and her husband won't say nothing and he don't want to talk, and then it was like, sometimes you need to chill and get your mind set and so forth and so on. And if you're in a
Well, that's what Mont
relationship,
Leasy said.
yeah, so if you're in a relationship and you have not in a relationship, let's say you're married, because I agree with the married scenario, because you're just dating, you're still getting to know each other. But I have one of my friends, one of my sisters in the Lord, and she talks about her husband. She says that they were friends before they got married, and she said he was her best friend, and so she married her best friend. So they've been married what 50 years or so now, and their relationship, just like Kevin Kev was saying, that you're older now, and if you don't have that type of relationship where you can talk to each other and communicate and you can share things together on a one, and you guys are one, so I that's a beautiful thing because I look at them all the time and I watch them and I see their interaction, and they have great respect and love for one another that has taken them through all of these years. I don't know what their troubles may have been and so forth and so on, but they've raised two beautiful children, and their relationship, and they're closer and they travel together, and I think so. Friendship to me, your best friend, being with your best friend in that situation in a marriage is a beautiful thing because I just watched them, and I, it's wonderful according to her. And I talked to them, and I talked to both of them together separately, and they both say the same thing about each other.
Well, what do you
You
say
know,
about the people who have been in a relationship and they fell apart, like Mary said, kind of on that same kind of note? they're better friends now. They still able to talk more than they were when they were in a relationship together.
Well, they
Because now,
matured.
is it that you let your guard down now and you can be yourself or whatever?
No,
Because
they
I
ain't got
know
nothing to
some
lose.
people that break up cannot stand each other, cannot like I don't even know why I like this joker, whatever. So what
I
do you
think
see in those kind of situations?
I think when they break up and they are able to still communicate, is like you said, let
Mhm.
guard down or whatever. I think it's because it depends on, it could have been both of them or one. Let's say somebody's cheating or they got
Uh-huh.
the eyes for somebody else. They don't no longer have to hide that. They realize, hey, I ain't good for you, and you ain't good for me, whatever. We gonna separate, and whether they got kids or not, they can still be cordial. But as far as the ones that can't stand each other, a lot of times that comes from, let's say the guy's cheating on the female, and you see the female, he gets another girlfriend, right? The first thing a female might think is that he was cheating with her the whole time, and she might just came in the picture, right? So then you want to come see the baby, and then you mad, and now you can't see the baby using the baby against him because you mad with the using the baby against him because you mad because he got another female. But then you tell everybody you don't care about him no more. But you do because it wouldn't matter. You be like, thank you, thank you for taking him off my hands. But I guess it depends on the situation. And as far as Mary, when she said he got to go, when she got her husband, hopefully it's just cordial because I feel like if you dip and dab with your ex, he's holding a place. If you want another husband, he holding a place. If it's more than conversation, if you like, we go out to eat every now and then, he holding a place where your husband could come along if he wanted that spot. I feel like you would
Hold,
attract you.
hold on, hold on. Better watch out. Mary about to call you the N-word. I saw it in her
No, she
face.
not.
Saw
I
it in
just
her. As she
I'm
about
just
to
using, I'm
kiss
using an
your
example.
eyes
I'm just
again.
saying.
See, look, you saw her face like, what
No,
the
I
hell are
put
you
the church
talking about?
finger up, but he did see the church finger.
Her whole face
No,
like,
I,
I
I
ain't
said
No.
I
I
said
ain't say
hopefully it's
nothing.
just conversation.
Let me tell you, just like
Yeah.
now, I date, I go out to eat, I enjoy myself. But if there was somebody that came along that I was really, really, really into, I would back off. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's disrespectful. I wouldn't want to be talking to somebody and them and their ex still tight. You know what I'm saying? So
You
out
say
of
you do that.
respect for the relationship, the new relationship, I would back off. That's what all I'm saying.
You but you say you do date your ex.
No, I said I do.
Oh yeah. That's what you're saying. Yeah, because he might
But
well
hold,
stay. Yeah.
but hold on. The question got to be asked because you got to remember the foundation, the nucleus of the question. That was your best friend. If that's your best friend, then what happened? What expired that came where y'all were no longer friends and y'all had to break up?
It wasn't another woman. As far as I know, my ex-husband had an addiction problem. And I just felt like I was too old to be on that cycle with him. You understand? Because I fought with him. I'd fight on the front line with him. I used to say I would walk through hell in gasoline draws for my husband because he was my best friend. But even in a relationship, you can never want more for a person than what they want or what they're willing to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I
Yeah.
felt it taking a toll on me, my livelihood, now I gotta rethink. Like, I seen my health being attacked, my mental stamina being attacked. And so I backed off.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out of the way. And for a while I was angry. I was the angry, as they say, the angry black woman, because I felt like you allowing this thing to mess up what we got going on. But I had to realize it wasn't personal, it wasn't an attack against me. It's just that's a demon he gotta fight. You understand?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you for that, and it makes sense because once you can love somebody, you gotta love yourself that much more. So,
That's
because what about losing yourself, then it ain't gonna work. You no good to yourself or anybody else.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
Mm.
I thought what you was saying because you wasn't looking cute no more, something like that, but that wasn't
Oh,
the
no,
case.
I'm cute. Fat
But
and cute.
but the thing about it is one thing, but check this out. What happens if he keeps himself up? You know what I'm saying? And he gets back to a brand new him. Does that mean that it's y'all able to rekindle that? Because
You
he's
ready for this? So y'all get in my business. I'm gonna get out of here. I married that man twice. It ain't no third time.
okay. That's why you sipping that wine. That's why you sipping that
You
wine.
got that right, because I worked all night and I'm gotta go to sleep when I get off this live.
Okay, no,
Okay, y'all. We gotta wrap this up because
Mary.
our time is running out. And I appreciate y'all so very much. As I said, I think we're gonna stick with this 8 o'clock time frame to give people time to get home and settle down and whatever. So
Seven
if
was
you
working.
know somebody that got somebody that knows somebody that got a computer and can come on, tell them that we're on here on Monday nights, Cougar Chronicles, and we would definitely like to have you come in. Malt Leasy does a thing, StreamYard, where he interviews. So if any of you would like to be interviewed by him, please hook up with him. Put your information in the chat, please. Comedian Owens, if there's anything you like. And Power 904 Radio. Tori is out there in Jacksonville doing it's an online thing. Go on. Tori does body painting. Tori is like man, she's a jack of all trades, a Jacqueline of all trades. I'll put it like that. So y'all keep in touch with her. Sandra out there in Willenboro, she done retired. Ain't no more dust out there, so she can go skiing because that's all she want to go do. Thank y'all for coming on tonight. On the town with Tanya. Tanya, before we go, baby, tell them where we're going to be tomorrow night. I have an interview with her. Give her all the information. Can you type it in the chat box to let them know to tune in tomorrow night, what time, and all that? Please come on and sit back and watch. You know, I want to thank everybody. Tanya, are you typing? Is everybody typing everything? If you can say it out loud, I will put it on my Facebook page. Peace, Kevin. I will put it on my Facebook page for people to tune in tomorrow. As I said, May 1st and 2nd, I will be in Montana, God willing. Please continue to support Black comedy because the laugh you save may be your own. I'm sorry we're leaving now, but we've been on here since about 8:15 or so, and my the person that does my show has we're running into her time because she also has her own program. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all for coming out every Monday. Please join us, please. Tanya, is it Tanya or Tanya?
If you're from Louisiana, they say Tanya, but New York is Tanya.
Yeah, so you in New York, so Tanya, we will see you tomorrow.
And here in England, they say Tanya.
Tanya, yes, and you are in England right now. I want to thank everybody for coming on. Please continue to support Cookos, and sooner or later we're going to bring back mass, making all souls kindred spirits. We don't talk as much shit. We talk business. All right. Thank y'all. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Salute.